Previously we have seen how we can transfer the data from the Django view to the template and how we can work with the template. Now in this video we are going to see the SQLite database and the models in Django. And if you have not watched my previous video, check out those videos given in the description, and let's get started. Now go to the Views.py file, and here I'm calling the index function to returning the template. And let's run the Python manage.py run server. Okay, and this is our starting content. Add content example. Here we are going to add a form which accepts two fields. First is the type and the second is the name, and then we have a submit button so that somebody can click on that and the data is going to be saved in the database. So before that, first create a form. And the method should be post, and then we have to add CSRF token for the privacy reasons, and this should be added in Django to prevent any unauthorized inputs, and we will come later in the upcoming videos to understand this. Let's add an input type equals text with name. Name should be different and it should be unique because it is going to be used in our views.py, and it is the unique feature which is going to differentiate our input. So let's give the name something different. Let's give type, right? And then there is a placeholder type, the user can understand what it needs to type. Yes, and similarly we are going to add another input just by copying the data, and the type should be name and enter name. Right? Okay, so we are going to add a button, and this button should be submit because when somebody clicks on submit, the action is performed based upon the method. Type is submit, and value should be like add content. Or add data, right? Now let's run this. Yes, we have. Oh, so it is something misaligned. Let's do something. Add a break tag so that these can be aligned and which will look better than before. Yeah, refresh. Now it looks much better than before. And add the request method which is going to accept all the values. If request dot method equal post, basically when somebody clicks on submit, this if will be executed. Type equals request dot post. In this post we have to add the name that we have specified, so the name should be type, and similarly we have a name which is equal to request dot post, and the name we have specified to name which is actually name. Just add name, and that's it. Okay, let's print this. for the debugging purposes in the terminal console, so that it will be visible to us before doing any other operations. And also don't forget to return something, because it will give an exception when this if statement is called. Or you can also avoid this, but you have to manage that some other data types are not interfering with your template. Okay, let's run this. See the console. Just add under some type like fruit, name is apple, and then click on add data. Let's see. Yes, it is visible, fruit and apple. Yes. Now what we are going to do, we are going to transfer this information to our SQLite database, and for that we need to create a model. And to create a model, now let's go to another thing which is called SQLite Database. Now we need to download a DB browser for SQLite, and the link is given in the description. And this software can be used to open the database that is available in your project. So let's go to our project, and db.sqlite file is available, and here you can see all the data, all the tables that we are going to create. So let's before doing this, we need to perform some of the important commands here. Python manage.py make migrations, and Python manage.py migrate. And this command will show the Django that some database is there which is defined here, and you need to recognize that. And then we can add our custom models here for the type and name, because when somebody clicks on type and name, they should be stored as an attribute type and name. For that, we have to create a class in models.py, and we can give any name, just give detail, and in those brackets just add models.model and create the attributes by defining the data types. So we have type, which is a character field, or you can specify any other field. There are multiple fields: integer field, boolean field, and max length. The maximum length you want to specify for a certain attribute. You can specify the default value if that value isn't provided by any user, and then null equals what is cannot be null. And similarly for the name, we can do the same, just copy and paste, and because in this we are going to do in an easy way. Okay, that's it. And now we have to register this model in our admin.py file to make the Django know that there is a model which needs to be visible to the admin panel. Let's start from .models import details and write here admin.register, admin.site.register, and in brackets keep the model name details, right? Okay, and after doing this, we need to perform the previous commands again. So let's write Python manage.py make migrations. Okay, just press enter. Now it is saying that create model details needs to be performed. Now we are going to migrate, right? And then you can see here by refreshing, we can see our app1 details model. Yes, having a type and name. Good, pretty interesting. Okay, then now we have to perform those operations which is going to transfer the data to this model, which is going to save our information to this database. For that, we need to go to Views.py, and it is very easy. All you have to do is to create an object of that model. Before doing this, we need to import that model. So we need to write from dot models import, again details, and then we have to create an object of this details model, because every time when somebody clicks on this, a new object should be created, and that object needs to be transferred to that database. So object equals to details, and then object dot name or object dot type is equal to type, the input field. Okay, and we need to see here, we can see before that there is an id attribute also, and that is actually the default value, so Django can manage that. So we need to perform at the object.save. Now our object is saved. Okay, so to dynamically do this, let's run this. Okay, so let's run again our local. Okay, so we have not started our server. Let's again run the server. Run server. Yes, good. Start. Okay, so just enter the type fruits and name apple, and just click on add data and refresh this. Okay, yes, we have a database which is consisting of our data, type and name. And similarly, we can something interesting more games like God of War, add data. Yes, it is added. It's simple and easy. Okay, so there is something more which I am going to show, and this is very important. So we need to perform this command: python manage.py create super user. Just give a username, and just remember all this information that you are entering here. Username, like we gave game123. Email address, you can give any address like game at the rate game12@gmail.com or something other. Just remember all this. Password, again password, and then yes, why. Okay, so this model is also visible in the admin panel. How we are going to open this? Just add in the localhost address admin, the URL should be admin. Just open this, should be game123, and password is start. Okay, so how here we can see our details also. Yes, and this is very similar to that, and Django also provides these to perform other operations, and this will be very useful in the upcoming projects. Okay, now it is working. Don't forget to check out my previous videos, the working with template and how we can pass data, and don't forget to share with your colleagues. Now it is working. Vehicle, it like first vehicle, and then nothing, and refresh, nothing is added, and also a new object is added, right? And in the next video we are going to see how we can perform operation on this record, and how we can fetch our record in this. Thank you, hope you like